we have got the first Monday of every month the Property Expert Panel, where you can ask me tax questions, but you've also got panel members to help you with legal matters, mortgages, generally property investments, and things like NRLA, which stands for National Residential Landlords Association, and LNPG to help you reduce your property costs. Bronwen, why don't we come on to you? Because there are questions. As soon as Tim was on, started talking about SASS, inevitably there's people saying, what does SASS stand for? That was from Linda. Linda, great question. What does SASS for? Tony Omo 80 came straight thundering in. SASS stands for Small Self-Administered Scheme. Tony, thank you ever so much for being a panel member. You've been a great guest so far. But why don't you talk in general what a SASS pension and how you have used it and what the tax breaks are from your perspective?
Yes, well, I mean, we could talk for a long time. I do have a module on this as part of my program. So if anyone wants that, message me and I'll send you a link. That's an hours long webinar with an expert. So I think the other thing we need to say as a group is that none of us are pensions experts, so we can't give advice. But Small Self-Administered Scheme has enabled me to take my defined benefit pension that was with my previous employer, and for some people that could be several employers, and transfer that money at its transfer rate, which sort of is quite a lot of money for some people if they've been like me in a job for 20 years. You can take that money and put it into a separate pension fund called a SASS that you have the right to invest yourself. Now, you can't invest it in anything. There's lots of rules and regulations. And in order to get that money transferred, you have to be approved as well by HMRC. So, long story short, I'd be very happy to help somebody get the right advice, as I did, 5 years ago now. And I think the big thing for me was being able to invest my pension in something that I had control over. Not only have I got that money to invest in things that I know a lot about, including property, but I can also lend that to other people. I can lend it to myself, not all of it, up to 50% I can lend to my limited company, and I can use that money to invest in other things. So there's an awful lot of real benefits of taking control over something that usually is a little bit of paper that you get once a year that gets filed, because there's nothing you can do about your pension generally. That's what people think. But if you're entrepreneurs like we are, if you have a limited company and you want to take some control and have a legacy indeed for your family, that's another big one for me. With the 2 children I have, you know, my pension would not have gone to them. It would have, half of it would have gone to my husband, and then the rest disappears when he dies. So now I've got full control of that, and my children can inherit that as well. So many benefits. But as I said, happy to send you a summary and a video with an expert. And indeed, if you want to learn more, book a chat with me. I've got a half-hour consultation in my diary system. So again, I'll put that in the chat box. Simon, if you could put that into the YouTube, that'd be great.
Yes,
help?
Please do. Yeah, put that in the chat box. I'm certainly happy to. If you've got a link as well, I'm happy to put that link in straight away as well.
Can I just add one thing on that, Simon? Just one thing on that. Everything Bronwen said, I agree 100%. I think it's very exciting, but also worth pointing out, I think sometimes people think, oh, I didn't get a pension started when I was young. It's now far too late. I have a total of £2,000 currently in my pension, and I'm now 59. But I'm going to be able to do this much more quickly. I won't go into the details, but you can put certain quite large sums in there and actually build up quite a sizable capital sum. So although I've left it to 59, it's not going to be a problem. So those of you who aren't perhaps in the first flush of youth and think, oh, I've missed a boat, I need a pension, it's very possible. So another thing worth looking at if you're perhaps on the wrong side of 25, which I am.
Thank you ever so much, Tim, for that. So always make sure that you get a special advice, educate yourself, especially when it comes to pensions. Many people have lost money in pensions. Many people have gone through things and not understood what they are. Make sure you get educated, make sure you get a good professional advisor to support you throughout that.